and the Bridgestone Supercar Series. And Dorsey, two very good races.
Well, the Bridgestone Supercar Championship, it's normal 30-minute sprint race, but the Firestone Firehawk, a 12-hour endurance event. Unlike a 24-hour event, this is the cap of a season. There's a championship to be decided. It's going to be a sprint, 12 hours.
And in the Bridgestone race, Hans Stuck coming here to Florida looking to clinch his first driving championship in that series. We'll have all the action from Florida, plus a look at the postseason awards banquet coming up in this half hour here on TNN.
Well, Hans Stuck came to Sebring to clinch his very first ever Bridgestone Supercar Championship. And he and his Porsche have become so dominant at the second part of this season that all he had to do was show up to win that championship. But for the rest of the competitors, it was the final race of the season, and an important one it was.
Hans Stuck came to Sebring with a commanding lead in the point race over defending series champion Doc Bundy. In fact, Stuck actually had an opportunity to clinch the championship in qualifying. But just after the Bridgestone qualifying session began, heavy rain forced qualifying to be canceled, and the field was lined up on times recorded during earlier practice sessions. That put Stuck on the pole with the fastest time in practice, and the field rolled out onto the 3.7-mile track for the final race of the 1993 season. Starter Jim Sidley waved the green flag, and Stuck pulled the field down the front stretch and into the first turn. The moment Stuck crossed the starting line, he clinched the 1993 Bridgestone Supercar driving title by earning his 8 bonus points awarded to all drivers who have competed in every supercar event this season. Hans had his first American driving title and the lead in this race, a lead he never surrendered. He was chased in the early laps by David Donahue in a BMW, while Peter Farrell in a Mazda and Nick Ham in a Porsche battled for third. Sean Rowe's strong season suffered a disappointing setback on the first lap. Trapped in traffic, he impacted the inside wall along the front stretch. Stuck was determined to finish the season just where he'd spent most of the summer, in front. Donahue was having his best run of 1993, holding down second and trying to track down the Porsche. Mike Gagliardo's Pontiac started 14th, but quickly found its way to run with the leaders. As the laps roared by, Hans continued to hold the lead, but some of his competition began to fall from the race. Nick Ham's up and down year ended against the turn 1 wall after he got together with Gagliardo. Ham's Kelly Moss Porsche took the heavy hit, and Gagliardo's Pontiac retired with a broken axle. Back up front, Donahue continued his pursuit of Stuck, but lost some valuable time when his BMW spun. Still, Donahue was able to keep his composure and his position, and resumed his race with Farrell running third, Haywood fourth in his Brumos Porsche, and Jared Freeman fifth, also driving a Porsche. 21 minutes into the scheduled 30-minute event, Freeman and Doc Bundy crashed near turn 7. Both cars were heavily damaged. Freeman and Bundy received medical attention, but both were okay. The accident put the field under a full course caution, and the situation required race officials to end the event 2 minutes early, with Stuck taking the checkers and David Donahue finishing second, his highest finish in his Bridgestone Supercar career. Peter Farrell took home third place. Stuck clinched the championship in his first full season of supercar competition, tallying 212 points. He won a record 7 consecutive races and took 10 consecutive poles dating back to last season. Bundy took second in the point race over Lotus teammate Andy Pilgrim by virtue of his win at the season opener in Miami. Hans, congratulations, 1993 Supercar champ.
Thank you. It means quite a lot to me. It's my first American championship. It's my 4th overall in 24 years of motorsport. And I'm very happy because it might have looked sometimes much easier than it actually was. But you had to put your things together and drive the car, set it up and do everything. So in the end, I'm very happy now.
You really did dominate on the track this season. You must be very proud of your work and the work of the team behind you.
Exactly. It took me quite a while to get used to the tires. I mean, those are some very exciting tires. They improved during the year. That a street car tire can do this at all is a miracle. So, but you couldn't set your car to the tire, you know. You had to adapt yourself to the tire. That's what it made all about. So I got, after every race, I got more used to the tire, how to drive it, to go smooth and everything. That made it all.
We've just been working like crazy, all the guys at the shop and in England. The people built the cars, BMW's been great. And it's just nice to end off the year like this.
biggest difference between these cars and the one in your driveway could be the tires. Bridgestone Potenza. Just think, you already have the car.